Yes, yes. What is up, everybody? Your boy E-Man from the Average Joe Sports Talk Network coming at you with another edition of the Unscripted Sport. I'm sorry, my bad. Off the cuff. No unscripted tonight, as we are. As your boy is going to give you his reaction on the Knicks. All right, Game 1 upset. You know what I'm saying? Your solo show, my reaction show. Um, Didn't get on the Unscripted Network, but we will be back with an Unscripted next week on a Tuesday, cooking up something special. Another young athlete interview is in the works, so I'll let you know more as I throughout the week as I start setting things up. Yes, off the cuff, baby. My format where your boy comes straight out of the dome. I'm even like crossing my words here and freestyles his way through pretty much a reaction and my main reaction among other stuff. But today is mainly about the effing Knicks. Hey, yo, Boston. Just like I said in my little reaction video I posted last night, get your clam chowder eating ass to the back of the bus, baby. Because at least game 1, we came over here, we came to your house and smack you and fucking smack you in the face. Because you think you guys are better than us. You ain't better than us. You're not better than us. Listen, yes, Boston is the better team. To me, Boston is the team in the NBA, the best team in the NBA. No doubt about it. But last night, they missed 45 threes, and I'm okay with that. We need them to miss 45 threes every single effing game, all right, this entire series. So we could go ahead and take the dub. Knicks in 6. I said it, and I said it earlier. Knicks in 6, hopefully 7. We need something, though. Last night was surprising. Knicks were down by 20 at one point. I said pretty much after the second quarter, I was like, oh crap. I even posted on TikTok saying, you know what, it was a good first quarter, something to build on for game 2. Whoa, was I wrong? That's what happens when you try to quit on your team as well. So easy. Don't forget that. Don't do that, boys and girls. Don't be like me. Don't be a quitter. But man, Captain Clutch, Jalen Brunson did it again. Like Reggie Miller said, the top closer in the NBA. OG, are you with me? Anunoby, huge game, kept us in the fold. And I'm going to hit some stats here, of course. Crazy, crazy stuff. Mikal Bridges did not show up in the scoreboard, but hit 2 clutch threes in the fourth quarter and in overtime. But his defense is what actually helped Knicks seal it. Josh Hart did what Josh Hart does. He's the machine. He's the heartbeat. He's the fuel. He's the pistons. He makes that big entire machine, entire vehicle, that fucking tank of a Knicks go. And that bum ass Karl-Anthony Towns, man, he's still soft as hell. He's soft as charming. But with foul trouble, he would still get some production out of him with 13 boards. Mikal Bridges, 3 big steals. 2 of them were in the fourth. One of them was in the fourth, and one was in overtime. 2 of them in overtime. I'm sorry. 2 huge steals in overtime. 2 block shots. Again, hit 2 big threes, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, 8 points. Forget about the scoring. It was what he did on the boards. What he did on defense was huge. OG was 6 3-pointers, man. He's the reason why we stayed within fighting distance, right? Within freaking striking distance all day. Got 29 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, a unbelievable nasty ass dunk. All right, because that's what he does, man. He's just another guy that does a lot of the little things. But his scoring and his 3-point shooting kept us in. Jalen did not have that on outstanding percentage from the field, 9 for 23, but 5 from 9 from beyond the arc, and he sparked that run in the second, at the end of the third quarter, and then going into the fourth, 29 points, big, huge 5 3-pointers, big shots, man, big shots. Josh Hart, double, 14 and 11. It's just insane, man. Look, Mikal, everybody played over 40 points. 4 of the 5 starters played. 4 of the 5 starters played over 40 minutes, except for Karl-Anthony Towns, who was in foul trouble early on. Now, if Boston is gonna double up and switch off on Karl Anthony Towns, the big bodega, then the Knicks need to capitalize on that. I know they tried last night, but Anthony Karl Towns needs to do better, bro. Needs to do better. When you have a mismatch and you have a young player, a smaller player like Drew Holiday, or you have freaking Jalen Brown, anybody else is smaller than you, you should be taking super advantage of it. You should be like banging the crap out of them. And then, I mean, dude, he tried to back a couple of times, but there was a couple of times on a fast break that he should have just dunked that shit. And he looked soft. He needs to get big. He needs to get Patrick Ewing big when he comes to these matchups. That's just the bottom line. You know what I'm saying? That's just the bottom line. And he can't be missing layups like that. All right? He's bigger. Now, we got to see what the deal is. I haven't checked the injury report yet to see what's going to happen with Kristaps Porzingis, who left the game. And that was a huge factor why we were able to make a comeback, because we were able to run the basketball, run and gun, but also play some defense and out-rebound the Boston Celtics. And that's going to be a huge factor. We need to look at that. So, key stat of the game, we shot 45% from beyond the arc. All right, 42% overall. And look, Drew Holiday had himself a nice game. Jalen Brown was off. 7 for 20, 1 for 10 from beyond the arc, 4 for 15 for Jason Tatum from beyond the arc. That's not going to happen every game. 15 for 60. This team takes a lot of effing three-pointers. All right, I get it. They missed 45 of them. But 2 more would have jumped in there. 3 more would have fallen. They would have won the game. We only won by 3 points, boys and girls, so let's not get it twisted. It's a nice steal at home, but the Celtics shoot the three-point at a very fast rate and also at a high rate, so it's going to be pretty tough. It was a huge comeback in the fourth quarter and starting in the third, but we cannot count and fall behind like we did again, all right? We did, let's be honest. I love my Knicks fans, but listen, guys, we stole one. We stole one. That's just the bottom line. And you don't care. You don't care how you win. It's the playoffs, all right? It's win or go home. And I take the ones that you steal, man. Be the crook. But you got to work on and don't kind of like think every game is going to be like this. Boston is going to come back and it's going to hit more threes. They will jack up another 60, but they're not going to miss 45. That's the bottom line. And so we got to be real about it. But, it's nice to shove it to the Boston fans who thought it was going to be a cakewalk, a little cape walk, or a walk in the park for the Knicks. And what's nuts is that, listen, the Knicks fans, man, you know how we get down, right? New Yorkers get down. Let me go ahead over here. Let me show you what I have.
We can see into the future. Hey, go New York, go. Let's go Knicks, baby. Let's go. Knicks in 5. Knicks in 5. Let's go Knicks. My king. I salute you, my king.
Feeling good, man. Fuck Tatum. Light skin, curly-headed bitch.
New York on top. What's up, baby? Fuck you, Boston. Derek White, you look like...
Listen, we won one game, man, and we're out there acting like we won the championship. But, listen, I don't give a shit. I'm happy for this, bro. I'm going to take that dub. And if I was still living in New York, I'll be out there in the street doing the same thing.
Like Baraka from Mortal Kombat. You bitch-ass motherfucker. Porzingis' mom. Lock your room tonight, baby. We coming for everyone.
88 for the trenches. Fuck Boston. New York Knicks want to know all the way.
Knicks in 4. Fuck Jason Tatum. Brunson's your fucking daddy. This is only the beginning. We have to stay calm, cool, and collected.
All I know is that Knicks in 4 is a little of a stretch. At this point, if we win game 2, then we should be able to take this in 6. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So.
Let's go, New York! Blades fly!
Damn.
Babies cry! Celtics, we're going to have to say goodbye! Leave this shit talking for people like Draymond Green and that motherfucker at ESPN with a fucking parking spot for a fucking forehead. Go, New York! Go, New York! Go!
He's talking about Stephen A.
Fuck my job! Fuck my boss! New York City! New York Knicks! Fuck everybody! Captain Clutch! Captain Crunch! Jalen Brunson! Knicks in 4, baby! Hey, okay, D don't even come to the Knicks. We don't need your bitch ass. Tatum can't do shit, bro.
Wait a minute. Did he say Captain Crunch? Captain Clutch? Captain Crunch? The fucking Knicks fan can't even get the damn names right.
KD don't even come to the Knicks. We don't need your bitch ass.
Tatum can't do shit. Brown can't do shit. Derek White can't do shit.
Don't even come to the Knicks. We don't
Hold on.
Crunch. Jalen Brunson. Knicks in 4, baby. Hey, okay,
Captain
don't
Crunch.
even come to the Knicks. We don't need your bitch ass.
Tatum can't do shit. Brown can't do shit. Derek White can't do shit. Brunson owns their sorry fucking asses.
I just came on here to say bing fucking bong. New York's the fucking 4.
Smoking on that big leprechaun pipe. Fuck bullshit. Knicks are sick. Bring it, take it. Let's fucking go. Fuck.
There's a true, not a hatred, but a rivalry. I don't want to use the word hatred, right, between Boston and New Yorkers, right? Because it goes back, well, even though the Boston has kicked their asses in basketball and they got so many more championships than we do, I think the fact that the whole Yankee and Red Sox rivalry, it's like we swap, right? We always kick Boston's Red Sox ass from a baseball standpoint, right? And then, Boston always at ours. There's always been that animosity between both, I guess, cross sports. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller, you're a pussy. Knicks all day, every day. Jalen
Wait a minute. Reggie Miller kind of gave Brunson props. He said he was the best closer in the game. Come on, guys.
Brown, Bobby Brown, Dookie Brown. Knicks in 6, stop playing with us. Yeah!
Don't give a fuck about Jason Tatum, born on tomato. We still gonna slay him. Knicks in 5, baby. Let's
Fans out there with rhymes, dog, with bars. Look at these motherfuckers out there with bars.
go.
That's pretty funny. Shout out to the Knicks fan, bro. They are we're a lively bunch. Taking game 2. Game 1 will be great. Things the Knicks need to focus on is definitely, let's see what happens without Porzingis. We should take advantage down low. Nobody can stop at Karl Anthony Towns. And I think if we play from inside out, and when the Celtics are small, we should be able to slap them around. Shout out to Deuce McBride. 19 minutes, 3 out of 6 from beyond the arc. He hit a couple of clutch threes, 11 points. Shout out to him. That's great. We kept it short. Mitchell Robinson, 21 points, 7 rebounds. Here's where Mitch is here's where we need to go big, man, and kind of like, create some havoc. It's going to take OG Anunoby having the same game. It's going to take Jalen Brunson to play at the same level. Josh Hart, everybody together. The only way to beat this Boston team is for every starter to play at a high level. That's exactly what needs to happen. And it is what it is, man. It needs to be at a high level. Mikal Bridges' offense has been picking up in the last series after game 1. We'll see. He should be able to have a better game 2 offensively. So the Knicks got to be perfect. Unfortunately, Boston is that type of team. They are that type of freaking team. Knicks just got to be perfect. That's how you beat the champs. You can't beat the champs with luck. You got to beat the champs with execution. That's just the bottom line. OG, are you with me, baby? Let's go, Anunoby. All right, man. Getting off the Knicks. Let me see. We are actually right now. Let's take a look at the Cavs. Let's take a look at the Cavs, bro. The Cavs are started the day. Indiana started the day not great. I mean, they're up right now, 27-15, but they really do not have anybody in the lineup. Garland is out again for the second consecutive game. Let me just pull up here. All right. You got Garland is out for the second consecutive game. DeAndre Hunter as well. And Evan Mobley. That's 3 big, important parts of their offense and defense. I mean, if you look at this lineup, you got Dean Wade. All right. Ty Jerome and Max Strus all starting. That's wild. Right now, they're up 29-15. This has to be a huge game for Donovan Mitchell. It has to be a 40-point game performance by Mitchell. And that's it. And if they could get 20 from Strus, not a lot to work here. Right now is struggling is the Pacers. They are shooting like 31%, 1 for 8 from beyond the arc. Not starting great. All right. So, but I mean, I honestly, with this much, this should be a game 2 victory for the Pacers. So they're coming in a little flat to start the game, to start the first quarter, 32-15. So let's see what happens. It's gonna be one of those things that it would have to be an all-around game here. These guys, Dean Wade, Ty Jerome, and Max, the Struz is loose, needs to they need to do some big things. So shit, this gotta be tough, man. This is going to be very tough. All right, staying on toughness here. Staying on toughness here, guys and girls. Hold on a second. Let me just. Caitlan Clark is back in the news. All right. This week they played an exhibition game this past weekend. Back in our alma mater in Iowa, whatever the Iowa Hawkeyes Stadium, whatever the arena is. Which, by the way, they play Brazil. They blew out Brazil like by 50 points. And Caitlan had a light 15 points, hit a logo 3, like a big, where she hit the 3, she hit a 3-pointer from the same spot, which is by the logo where her number is now on the court, where she broke the NCAA all-time scoring record. What's crazy is that the WNBA, it's not crazy. People need to understand Caitlan Clark is the WNBA. 1.3 million viewers. All right. Tune into a preseason game this past Sunday. At one point, it was 1.6 million. This is WNBA, boys and girls. All right. This is a preseason game. They barely get like 600,000 views on a regular season game. This is a preseason game. And they're tuning in to watch probably the greatest women basketball player of all time in Caitlan Clark. She drives the needle, and people better freaking realize that she drives the effing needle and need to jump on this bandwagon. Stop putting her down. Stop making this about race and wokeness, and start making it about what it is. Improving the sport, ride the coattails of the popular player, and start bringing more and more players over and over again. It is what it is. Stop being stupid. It's a preseason game in Brazil, and Caitlan Clark is out here drawing millions of fucking viewers for a WNBA preseason game. When the heck you ever gonna thought you're gonna say these words together or at the same time in one sentence? 1.3 million viewers for a preseason WNBA game. Not in your wildest dream. But dreams come true when Caitlan Clark takes, steps on that court. I said it last year, and I'm going to keep praising her and throwing it out here on some of my streams every once in a while when the crazy, stupid, out of this world, far left, woke ass media tries to make it about race. I'm going to go and defend the kid, dude, because all she goes out there is play ball, plays hard, stays after the games and sign autographs for everybody. And then people I don't know why they keep hating on her. The same damn league hates on her. The people are picking that she's making them money. Hate on her. So 1.3 million viewers for a freaking preseason game, for a preseason WNBA game. The only reason this happens is because that woman there on that picture, Caitlan mother effing Clark. It is what it is. Stop the hating and start participating on the gravy train that's called Caitlan Clark if you want to make some cheddar. All right. I got another. So check it out, man. I want to show this over here real quick. Because, it's a slow time season of sports. This came out, I think, yesterday. Tom Brady told Shedeur Sanders in an interview that he needs to study film to stop buying Rolls Royce. Because Dion asked Tom Brady, do you think a college kid needs a Phantom like a Rolls Royce? Tom was like, I think his ass needs to get his ass in the film room and spend more time as possible. So I want to go ahead and play this for you, folks. Check this out.
Nah, hey, no, it's not a Phantom. It's a Rolls Royce Cullinan.
I think he.
Hold on a second, boys and girls. Let me go ahead and share this. Yep, there we go. Check this out.
One question before I go, Tom. Do you think a college kid needs a Phantom, like a Rolls Royce?
Nah,
Phantom?
hey, no, it's not a Phantom. It's a Rolls Royce Cullinan.
I think he needs to get his ass in the film room and spend as much time in there as possible.
Thank you,
and less
Tom.
time in the car and more time in the film room.
Thank you, Tom. I appreciate
And
that.
I seen you had one too, Tom. Don't think I seen.
I was just a rental. Hey, I had a few bucks in my pocket at that point. I'll see some car stories when we're together next time.
So,
one question before I go, Tom. Do you think a college kid needs a Phantom, like a Rolls Royce?
Nah,
Phantom?
hey, no, it's not a Phantom. It's a Rolls Royce Cullinan.
Let me freeze this up.
Get his ass in the film room and spend as much time in there as possible.
First of all, Tom Brady's not wrong about it. Tom Brady worked his kids out, right? He's a close friend of Deion. Yes, you need to spend more time in the damn film room. This is one of the reasons. So the reason why I bring this up, right? And I'm not going to spend too much time on Shedeur because this has been a horse that's been beaten to death, shot, and put away in the pasture. The Giants gave out playbooks with apparently some mistakes in the plays, right? On purpose to the quarterbacks they set with, because they wanted them to see if they would take the time, pay attention and call those and identify those mistakes they put there on purpose, right? Because it shows preparation. Apparently Shedeur didn't give a damn. I think Shedeur was insulted that they did this. Why are you making me kind of like do homework? I was like, well, dude, you're trying to get a job, right? And this is the same mentality, right? Brady was like, get your ass in the film room, stop riding on your damn Phantom or whatever the case may be. And this is the problem. This is one of the other reasons why Shedeur fell in the drafts. He did not impress teams. Like I said, sources were he was unprepared. Perfect example what the Giants did. Kind of like, hey, let me see what this kid's made of. Let me put some mistakes in the playbook and see if he can identify it. Let me see if he's attention to detail. If he's got to put in the work and the preparation. No, he felt that miserably. And apparently, with all the press conference and everything else saying that, if the culture is not going to change the culture for him, then don't even draft him. I mean, it's a lot of entitlement. It sucks. The entitlement part of it, he does have some athletic ability. He's gifted. But I think that robbed the teams the wrong way. I mean, look, this is a perfect example of what Tom Brady said. Stop riding in your cars, and probably said after the show, stop riding with these hoes and just get in the film room and get busy. So that's kind of what happens there. So look, let's see. Let's watch this part again. This says a lot of the character of Shedeur.
I think he needs to get his ass in the film room and spend as much time in there as possible.
Thank you,
less
Tom.
time in the car and more time in the film room.
Thank you, Tom. I appreciate that.
And I seen you have
More time in the film room, less time in the car. In other words, dude, the NFL is a different ball game. Forget about the flashiness, baby. Forget about the women. Forget about the cars. Forget about the money, then the mother. When you get the money, man, you got the power. And when you got the power, you got the girl. Well, that's, Scarface moment there. But no, Tom Brady's absolutely right. Another individual, another person that was trying to steer Shedeur right, man. And Shedeur did not pay attention or listen to these words. Shaw, and look, this is actually pretty cool, right? Gronkowski and this podcast with
third pick in the draft. Who's going to be
with Edelman had some words to say about Abdul Carter, requesting numbers, like asking LT for his number and all that kind of stuff. I think Gronk is one stupid bastard, but he's also smart at the same time. He's a meathead. And me being a Giants fan, love LT the player, not LT the sexual offender, who, by the way, doesn't live that far from me. A couple communities away. Actually played golf with him once. Anyway, I digress. LT the player, probably one of the best Giants of all time. Kind of premature rookie to ask him for his number. But this is what Gronk had to say. This is at their podcast, him and Edelman.
Yeah, they got Abdul Carter. Yeah, I think with the third pick in the draft, who's going to be a star. But was he serious Was he serious asking for LT's number? Yeah, you were a high draft pick, but LT is an absolute legend, the best to do it, one of the best defenders of all time. And let me tell you, brother, like you got to prove yourself. Just that's crazy, just asking for LT's number. And I'm glad that LT shut him down like that.
LT did the LT move, man. That was such an LT response. Go make your own freaking number, kid.
Mm-hmm.
What would Bill said to the kid if he asked for
That's pretty funny right here. They're asking him to imitate Bill.
56 at the New York Football Giants?
No, buddy. Yeah, there's one LT, and you're not LT. You're not even close to being LT. So how about you just get the fuck out of my office and get in your playbook, because you haven't done shit yet. And now you get number 62 for just being an asshole.
You kind of went, that sounded Al Davis to me. You went a little Brooklyn accent.
All right. It wasn't bad. It was one of my better impersonations. You know, I'm not the impersonator, Julian. You are, but I gave it my best shot there. I mean, I feel like the words were on, but just the rhythm of it and how Coach speaks wasn't exactly there. But I think the wording was good. How about what would you say?
I think he would laugh at it. I think he'd be like, look, can we make a play before we try to ask for the greatest football player in the history of the game's number? Like, can we fucking put on our goddamn jersey before? Can we know where to line up before we, like, he would say something like that.
Yeah, they got Abdul Carter.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny, but it's true. I don't know where this started. How are these young kids coming into the NFL, haven't done shit? Because remember, whatever happened in colleges doesn't mean he's going to translate to the NFL. Haven't done anything in the league, and they're asking for these Hall of Famers numbers. LT is probably one of the greatest at his position, as linebackers ever to play the game. Not just the greatest giant at that position, probably in the history of the game. You got to go and ask for his number. And I guess he asked for Phil Simms' number. Phil Simms says, hey, I'll give it to you. But his family was like, no, nobody's stupid. No, Phil, no dad or no uncle or his wife. The family was like, no, he's not getting the number. It's true. I don't think retired numbers should get on retired until you've proven yourself. And that's all up to the damn player. So, hey, right there, buddy. No, I agree with these two morons who probably did a really bad Bill Belichick impression. My boy Jim can do a huge, unbelievable Bill Belichick, all right, impression. You got to check out his podcast, Fan in the Van, my other half of Cigars and Sports. We're not going to have a Cigars and Sports this week. Mother's Day weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. I'm going to be out of town celebrating my wife, celebrating my mom, you know what I'm saying, this weekend. So we're not going to have a Cigars and Sports, regardless of the fact. We're going to, we'll be back the following week. What else do I got here, man? I got some stuff, man. It's a little hosh-posh here today of content and entertainment. I think I might be done. No, I got one more. This was nuts. I saw this today, and I said, I got to play this, dude. I got to check this out, man. This is so apparently Anthony Edwards had a workout for the Golden State Warriors, and Steve Kerr told him that, yo, if we had the first pick, we wouldn't take you. I want to see this. Check this out. That's crazy.
I was going through the drills and he kept stopping them like, that's all you got. That's all you got. And I'm like, bro, I'm going hard as you want me to go. Like, what you want me to do? I'm sweating crazy. He like, man, you got to see Steph and KD and Clay work out. And we went to dinner that night, and they still was continuously telling me like, you didn't work hard enough. Like if we had the number one pick, we wouldn't take you. And I was just like, damn, that's crazy. So me and my trainer ran home after dinner, and we just talking like, bro, we got to pick it up. I don't know how. I don't know what we got to do, like, but we got to pick it up. And I think after that, man, it's just I became a madman in the gym, and like I try to work till I'm tired, I'm exhausted. Oh yeah, for sure. He knows. Yeah, he's gonna see this and laugh because he already knows. Him, Bob Myers, and it was another guy with him. Yeah, but they all kind of played a huge role in where I am today because they pitched that to me early.
This is a great example that Shedeur should watch this piece here by Anthony. This is the Warriors, man, right? The top echelon in 2020 around that time. There was still, in that era where they won a bunch of championships in the 2015s, stuff like that. Kind of dynasty level. And he used this feedback, which was, negative from a standpoint of this kid was, top player. He was number 1 pick. And the Warriors were like, dude, we won't take you. We won't draft you because of your work ethic. You're not working hard enough. And he took the shit personal, but in a good way. Anthony Edwards, Ant-Man, who is one of the best players in the league, said that he started from that day on. He went home after dinner, took it all in, spoke to his trainer, and said, we got to work harder. And since that day, he became a madman at the gym. There's a reason why this kid is so good at what he does, why I disagree with the comparison, but they say that they see shades of Jordan. I see some of it, but I don't think he's Jordan. Nobody's ever going to be Jordan. But maybe work ethic-wise, I know the athletic ability, definitely very Jordan-esque. Maybe not the killer instinct. But I guess, you could say that. That's a little bit of some shades, but that's unreal. That was a moment where he took that feedback and said, bro, I am not going to get myself down. I am not going to throw a pity party here, or go out there and complain because somebody was mean to me. I'm going to go ahead and bust my ass, work harder than I ever have, and prove everybody wrong. Sometimes people, the greatest players are the ones that can take the criticism and the feedback, turn it into fuel, and make themselves a better player or even a better human being. Shout out to Anthony Edwards. After watching this clip, I have way more respect for him than I did before. Don't dislike him, but I honestly think, this shows great quality and shows a sign of a leader, of a true leader, where a lot of these young superstars don't have. So it shows a lot of grit. All right. It shows a good foundation here of some, it's a good foundation for the Wolves to keep building around him. That's why they traded Karl Anthony Towns, who was their number 1 pick, the guy they built around before Anthony Edwards came. Now he is a centerpiece, and we can see why. Just because of things like what he just said. Unreal. I got a whole newfound respect for this young man. There's a reason why this kid is his team. He took his team on his back, and I'll play the entire damn bum-ass Laker team. And on that note, we got to end the show. I appreciate everybody that tuned in and watched. Thank you for always tuning in and watching, killing it. Thank you for tuning in and watching my shorts and all my reactions. Appreciate that. Go to my YouTube channel, baby. Go to my TikTok page. All right. The link for the link tree is in this bio in the description. All right. So you can check out some of my content, baby. I got a lot of short content that I create from these live streams, but also a lot of edits and highlights and good stuff and funny stuff, all sports related, baby. Head over to my TikTok, head over to my X. All right. Go follow me on X. Subscribe here on YouTube, please. If you don't mind, subscribe and Rumble. Hit the link tree. You're going to have all the where you could find me at your favorite platform. So appreciate you all. Your boy E-Man from the AverageJoeSports.network signing out. Yo, peace. Go New York, go.